The Eagles with 2 home games at Lincoln Financial Field. I don't really think the opponent is that worrisome. So this is all heading to where we all thought it would head to. A game against the Detroit Lions in Detroit, indoors, for the NFC title. That's the way I see it. Now, it is interesting. If anything falls short of that, we haven't discussed that possibility. Now, I don't think they're going to lose to the Packers. But if they lose to the Packers, what effect would that have on the fan base? After this successful season and all they've done and all the praise this head coach has gotten, what would that actually do, Bill?
Well, I mean, the fan base would be upset, rightfully so, with the expectations being as high as they are right now. But I don't think it should change Nick Sirianni's job security going forward. However, interestingly enough, and we didn't talk about it much last week, there was an article published by ESPN, I think on Thursday, Jeremy Fowler, Dan Graziano, who said that would a first-round exit reignite talks about Nick Sirianni's job status? So they're already putting it out there.
No, it would
ESPN's
definitely
putting it out there.
reignite it. With this fan base, it would reignite it. Now, I agree with you that the Eagles wouldn't make a move that way, but it would be hell to pay.
There would be, but if you remember correctly, and you and I had this debate going back weeks ago, before they went on their 10-game winning streak, as, well, what would Sirianni have to do to come back? Now, your opinion's changed a little bit because of how good things got. 10 straight wins, 14-3 season. But you and a lot of people were saying he has to at least get to an NFC championship game. Like, you can't win. And I think the exact scenario I gave you was they win the NFC East, they're not a 1 seed, and they lose in the wild card. And a lot of people then said, well, he's gone. He's got to win a playoff game.
You're right. That's why I'm putting it out now, because I want to know how people feel about that, whether you would actually think he would have to be gone. I think the majority of people would be devastated, but considering what this team has done under him this year, I don't think would advocate firing him.
No,
but there would be a lot of hot action in this city if they lost game 1.
There would be. And I think the reason why maybe some people's analysis was different going back 10 weeks ago was you're thinking, all right, maybe they limp into the playoffs at 10-7 and then they lose. Can we justify bringing them back? But this has been a pretty special regular season. There's been a lot of things that happened this regular season where, yes, if they lose in the playoffs, major disappointment. But you can't look back at the regular season and not acknowledge it was a special season, and it does start at the top with the head coach. Whether you like them in press conferences or not, they've done a lot of good things.
They should not lose a playoff game against this competition that they'll face at home. They just should not.
No, really the next 2 games.
Yes, the next 2 games. They'll have 2 games at home. They should not lose either one of them. If they lose one of them, there's going to be hell to pay in this town. There's going to be a lot of people. And this is knee-jerk reaction, but there'll be so many people who advocate that they should fire Sirianni.
Yeah, the people who are just lying in wait who've never really jumped on board with the guy.
No, I think even if you've jumped on board, like I've jumped on board, and if you lose these 2 games, you're a better team. You can't lose to an inferior opponent, and that has to lay down on the head coach.
I don't want to speak this into existence, but I want to see where your headspace is on this. What if they got blown out by the Packers? I mean, like, the team just looks lost in that first round.
Then I would have to really take it. I don't think that's possible.
It's not going to happen.
No, I don't think it's possible.
But I think that would be the only chance where you could maybe even see the justification of people's opinion being that way.
All right. It is 1 o'clock in the Delaware Valley. You are listening to WPEN and WPEN HD1 Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. We're broadcasting live from the Comcast Business Studio, powering possibilities. Well, we looked at football. I watched, I got to be honest with you, I know this might be a violation. I watched more of the Golden Globes last night than I did the Lions-Vikings game.
What'd you watch instead of the Vikings?
The Golden Globes.
I will say, I didn't watch it live, but I saw our girl,
our girl, Nikki Glazer, who we are, she's gotten bigger than life.
Yeah, she's very
Since
good.
I've had her on this show.
Well, she just hosted the Golden Globes.
Exactly. So we're still hoping to make that happen where she comes on the show because she's got a gig coming up in Atlantic City, I believe, in February.
Correct. But I watched her 9-minute monologue to start, and it was hilarious.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
And, I was reading a lot about her preparation for that. She brought in all kinds of consultants. They went over 90 different monologues and filtered out some jokes and added some other jokes. She was really well prepared.
She crushed it.
Yeah,
she crushed.
she
The
did.
delivery was good. The jokes were good. It was very good.
She had a tremendous wardrobe of dresses. She wore like 10 dresses.
I only watched the 9-minute monologue on Twitter.
I like those award shows. I don't know why, but I like them. I like to see the expressions on the star's face when they get insulted. I like all that dynamic.
Yeah.
I like who talks to whom, who might not talk to. It's the People magazine angle of me.
Yeah, people are not happy with you on YouTube, though.
What, for watching the Golden Globes over the game?
Yeah. Colby says you should be suspended from Sports Talk for admitting that you watched the Golden Globes over the Lions-Vikings.
Yeah, let me go into. I also had a really difficult time watching the Eagles game. It was boring as hell. I want to get into this.
I saw your tweet.
Did you see this exchange the guy did with me?
No, I did not.
Let me see if I can find this exchange here. So I tweeted out watching the game. Now, people know my sarcasm. At least I hope they know my sarcasm, right? But some people apparently don't get my sarcasm. So let's see. Let me see if I can find this here. Oh, yeah, here it is. Taking suggestions on topics for Football Monday. This is in the middle of the Eagles game. And I put the snore Z's icon there next to it, right?
Gotcha. I thought you were talking about your other tweet where you said, is it a violation to watch a movie right now?
Well, yeah, that was right. So anyway, I said taking suggestions on topics for Football Monday, thinking, like, there's nothing we can talk about with this football game here.
Yeah.
And I also said, is it a violation to watch a movie? So a guy replies to me, his name is Bill Kornfeld. And he replies, my favorite thing is when, quote unquote, professional radio or podcast hosts have to ask their Twitter audience for topics. Hashtag lazy radio. Now, you mean to tell me that guy did not get my sarcasm?
Yeah, and be honest, Mike, how long you been doing this? Over 30 years? That you would need suggestions?
Yeah. So I reply to him, dude, it's a joke, jagoff.
Lazy radio.
So I go, in other words, because this game is so boring, do you get it now? I mean, come on.
Bless you. Bless you.
I sneezed.
Just the thought of that person made him feel sick in there.
Made him sick to his stomach. But, he's going on this.
See, he really has
he's
got
going on
to
a
think
spell
about
here.
this.
I got a sneeze fit. What's the text line suggestion that we have?
Text line suggestion for your guys' big coffee problem. Bill should go during around the NFL to go get the coffee so he doesn't have to pretend like he's listening.
Yeah, Bill.
It's a good idea.
Drive around the NFL, get his coffee.
That's a good idea.
It's not bad.
Either then or at the news at noon, Ray.
Oh, appreciate that. Thank you. You can always tell. You don't hide it very well.
Yeah, I thought he was actually listening to me.
No,
I can't tell when he's listening or not.
Oh, from my vantage point, it's very obvious.
Would also help, Ray? Sometimes a chuckle from a co-host.
Yeah.
Like I'm going through with you. If I say something funny, it would be. I'd like to hear a guffaw from the other side that my partner thought was funny. It gives me a little boost, mental boost for a little chuckle. Like that was a funny line.
Also,
Bill,
like-
I get nothing from Bill.
The laugh track in a sitcom.
Yeah,
Encourages more laughter. It should bring some joy.
Exactly right. I have not gotten a guffaw, a chuckle, a laugh from Bill ever on this show.
Because I'm authentic. And when we cross the imaginary
You're
bridge of
authentic
you
because
saying
your
something
head
funny.
is buried in a damn YouTube chat.
Great YouTube audience today, too.
Oh, good. Mickey in Atlantic City. You're on 97.5 The Fanatic. Mickey.
Good afternoon, boys. Mark, are you sure that he even knows what a guffaw is?
He does. You know why he does? Because of Brian
You
Prop.
know these curveballs.
Yeah. It's
I'm
Brian.
not impressed by the vernacular of this talk show. Is not very impressive. All that being said, Mike, I got to call you out. I've been listening to you since the Steve Frederick days, and I think the comparison that you tend to skate with our boy up in Detroit, Mr. Sirianni, is you got to be called out. It's a results-driven league, right?
Yeah.
So Dan Campbell has taken this approach, the tough guy, the this and the that, and he's got results, correct?
Yeah.
Nick Sirianni has been called a goof, a this and a that, and sometimes I'm not totally disagreeing with you, but don't they have similar results?
Well, one's the number one seed.
Yeah, and the other one's the number 2.
Yeah.
So you're being a little.
I'm not criticizing Sirianni at all. I'm saying that I don't know how good a coach
I'm sorry,
Campbell
what
is.
was the first 8 weeks of this season all about?
Well, what did I say coming into
on,
it?
Mike.
Wait a minute.
Come on, brother.
Mickey, hold on. Let me talk. What, Bill? Tell him exactly what I said about Sirianni. I came into the year saying what? I wouldn't have brought him back. However, now that he's back, my eyes will study how he does, and he's done a great job. Like, what are you hearing, Mickey?
Well, it just seems a little contradictory that you're taking
What's contradictory?
Sirianni got them there.
What have I said about Sirianni getting him there? I've had nothing but praise for Sirianni getting him there. What are you hearing?
Just being called a goof.
I call him a goof early in the season, but I also said that I will be paying attention with my own eyes.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh. I don't know what that has to do with Campbell. My only thing with Bill is he's reluctant to give the guy credit because he dislikes him. I don't do that kind of thing. I don't care if I dislike a coach. I look at results and I go, he must be doing something right. 610-632-0975. Back after this.
Hey everybody, it's Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you can engage during the show and you're not going to want to miss all the content that we post. It's not only the live videos, it's videos after the fact. It's our shorts. It's all the content you want as a Philadelphia sports fan. Looking forward to connecting.